Greetings, viewers and listeners. Meat Hook Jim here, the Wrestle Horror Podcast. Couldn't do this without my co-host, Donnie Hoover. Donnie, what is going on?
Oh man, as always, just busy. Can't ain't enough hours in the day for me. It doesn't seem like, especially this time of year.
Right, I got the Arnold coming up, and it's going to be a huge show, and we're just looking forward to it. And speaking of the Arnold and huge shows, our guest is going to be at the Arnold with us March 4th through the 6th. Alex Taylor with the NWA. Alex, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited about that Arnold too.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a blast. And like I say, we're in the convention center this time, so we're not going to be at the fairgrounds like before. The fairgrounds where you wrestled for us at the Ohio State Fair there a couple of years ago. That's where we normally had it, but now we're going to be at the actual convention center. So yeah, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm a huge mark for Arnold, so I'm hoping to get a glimpse of the Terminator. But
yeah, well, I'd say chances are good. Yeah, I think chances are good since we're going to be in the same building all weekend, and he's going to stop by. Like I said, he came to the fairgrounds and kind of messed with Robbie a little bit during that match. So I'm sure he'll swing by and start some more trouble.
I mean, not to derail the conversation, but Terminator 2, greatest film ever made.
That's your stuff, huh?
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you, Alex. I love that film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, Alex, the National Wrestling Alliance, the resurgence after Billy Corrigan bought it. How do you feel about wrestling for the NWA?
Oh, I absolutely love it, man. There are times throughout my career where you go to these shows and these locker rooms, and it's almost like your love for wrestling kind of dips, just the environment you're around. But when I got there, it just rejuvenated it. I love it. I love the locker room. I love just everything about it. The people in charge. It's such a welcoming place,
I've got to say, without dating myself, which I'm going to do right now, I loved watching the NWA as a kid. Florida Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, all the territories. Absolutely loved the territories with the National Wrestling Alliance. And I was always a big NWA fan because being from the South, not so much a big fan of the Northeast promotion, but I've always loved the NWA. And when I saw the resurgence in the NWA and watching Power and everything, it just brings me back to my childhood.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm a huge fan of like the studio shows and stuff. That's what I kind of want to do with New Ohio eventually. And we kind of tested that out a little bit over the summer with the shows at the training center. But like the studio shows, that's what I grew up on.
Yep, same here.
Oh, when you get that studio up and running, you count me in, all right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're working on it.
That's definitely one of my goals is the old school. Like I said, I was a big Georgia Championship guy. I said the Four Horsemen was my first pro wrestling group that I ever fell for and marked out for. So I'm a Georgia Championship guy. So I definitely would love to get a studio show going like that somewhere. This in Columbus, it's super expensive. But yeah, let's talk about you more than us. Where'd you get started at? I know when we met, it was through Peachy Rodriguez, our referee and stuff, and he's been on the show a few times, and he's the one that turned me on to you guys because you guys are down south in Tennessee, which is a place my wife actually wants to move to. But New Ohio wrestling in Tennessee kind of sounds dumb, so I don't know if that's going to be happening. So, but let's tell us a little bit about yourself there.
I got started in 2015. I trained at Black and Brave in Iowa with Seth Rollins, Merrick Brave, Crotch, Shane Hollister, those guys. And since then, I moved back to Tennessee, just hitting indies everywhere.
Nice. So how was it? How was it down there with Seth and them? I mean, do they run you guys hard and ragged, and there's a trash can close by for the puking and all that, or how do they do theirs?
Yeah, I was definitely one of the guys that puked on night one, and
Right.
the trash can was my friend that night.
There you
But yeah,
go.
it was great.
No shame.
Yeah, no, a lot of CrossFit, a lot of probably the best shape I've ever been in. I didn't keep up the CrossFit since, but
Right. Now, was that
no,
part
it
of
was
his
great.
training?
What was that?
Was that part of his training? Did he add that in there and have you guys do that as well as wrestling training?
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I was there, we had like an open membership to the gym. I don't know if everybody took advantage of that. I was there every day, but I think now it's part of like you have to do it part of the class. I'm not sure, but it's been a while since I've been up there.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, cardio and all that's a big part of it.
Yeah. No, it was great. I know a lot of those schools with the names. I mean, those guys are kind of rarely there, but I mean, he was there all the time whenever he wasn't on the road. So that was really cool just to see how hard he worked and just give you an idea of what it takes to make it, I guess.
Right. Yeah. No days off, it sounds like, for him.
Right.
So, what were some of your inspirations when you started getting into wrestling, Alex? I mean, was there superstars in the past that you admired and really drove you to that point?
Oh man. Well, I've always kind of been like attracted to like the I'd say smaller guys, but they're still giants. The Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero's, the Benoits, guys like that. I mean, he's hard hitting and fast moving kind of guys. I mean, I'm a huge this came later after. I mean, when you're a kid, you watch what's on TV, but going back, Dynamite Kid is my favorite of all time.
Okay.
Watching his old stuff, the British Bulldogs, fantastic.
Okay, so you drew a lot of inspiration from those guys in the past, and I know you're not the biggest guy, but you're definitely the guy that can get out there and perform.
Oh well, I mean, you said it, not me. I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it, but
You ain't gonna disagree with him, though, are you?
no.
We've seen you wrestle before, so we know what you've got. But I'm sure you've even improved since then. So, how's the present looking for Alex Taylor right now?
I mean, I think it's looking pretty good. I just want to keep making these shots at the NWA, keep doing as much stuff as I can, see where it can take me.
Yeah. How did that come about? If you don't mind, letting people in on that. Like, did you reach out to them, or did they contact you, or was it because like work with Tried and True and all that?
Tried and true. Yeah. I mean, basically in wrestling, like in life, it's not about who you know, it's about who will say they know you.
Right.
So I messaged Crimson one night, asked him if I could get on the ring crew and help out, see what could happen. So I went down to Atlanta for a taping and helped out. I was told I might get a match, which was exciting, but stuff changed. I don't know. I never got that match, but that was fine. I enjoyed the experience. I appreciated the opportunity. And we came back to St. Louis last year. Got the opportunity to have a match, and then one thing led to another, and now I am where I am. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice for the young up and comers to catch on to, about where you contacted them and offered, to help with ring crew. Didn't ask, say, hey, I want a match, or here's my resume, can I come down to help out? You went in there and made yourself known, which is, a very good thing to do. And a lot of the new guys need to take heed of that and adapt that philosophy as well.
Yeah, you're never too far along to help out. I was at a show last year, an indie show here around Chattanooga. Jerry Lynn's helping out with the concessions. He's helping load stuff up and Jerry Lynn doesn't have to do that, but that's just the kind of guy he is. So that's just examples, you see a guy like that do that and you just follow his lead.
Yeah, so I seen a picture on the internet floating around a few months ago where they were showing, it was a picture of Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart setting out chairs, setting chairs up. and he's he's a Hall of Famer, legend, and everything else. And he's not too good to get out there and set up. So good deal. I mean, I'm sure that's what opened the door for you. Was like you said, went there and helped out, and then now look where you're at.
That, and they saw this hair and they couldn't resist it.
Yeah. Then they said add the beard to it.
The beard might be gone by the next time you see me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's some, unfortunately, there's some kids out there that are training that think that promoters are just going to reach out to them when they really need to reach out to the promoters and do whatever it takes to get their foot in the door. And I think that's becoming more and more prevalent, but you see people like yourself that are taking that extra step to make yourself known to the promoters instead of waiting for somebody to reach out to you.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of guys out here waiting around, and they're not coming to you. You gotta, I mean, if you work hard enough, you'll get to a point where they come to you. But until then, I know it's kind of cliche at this point, but you got to pay your dues, right?
Oh, absolutely. Never stop.
Earn that spot, man. As Cody Hawk says, earn your spot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, we got the chance to see you live, at the Ohio State Fair when we were there. And, Peachy had mentioned you guys. He said he'd worked the show that you guys were on and ref the show there. And so we brought you up and you and Nick, a couple guys, and yeah, you guys were fantastic. I mean, you guys worked your butts off. Your matches were solid. You were, very polite and respectful and cool, in the back. And so we're glad to have you back for the Arnold for sure. I mean, now that COVID and all this other crap is, was out of it, shut the world down. It looks like it's heading that way again, unfortunately. So just wait till April. Don't do it till April. But yeah, so I mean, like we're excited to have you back, and we're glad to see you, starting to get them breaks that you're getting. So that's very cool.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I had a lot of fun at that fair show, and I would like to point out that Nick, aka Jamie Stanley, has never beaten me one-on-one. So I'm just gonna put that out in the world.
Yep. Now it's recorded. It's fact now. So yeah, like I said, it was a pleasure having you guys, and we're looking forward to what you're going to bring at the Arnold, and we're bringing a fellow NWA'er up with you. Fable Jake's coming in as well.
Yeah, and, Fable Jake.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be exciting seeing him. I've never seen him, work and wrestle before. So he looks like he's a pretty solid guy and a tough customer. So it's going to be fun to watch him.
Oh man, he's great. You'll thoroughly enjoy him. He's a character. I'll tell you that.
That's what we like. We like fun-loving characters. So
this is going to be an amazing stage for everybody involved with this. I mean, being on the main floor of the Arnold is just going to be, amazing. I just said it several times.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great way for people to see you. I mean, there's going to be talent out there. There's going to be scouts out there. It's a great venue to get yourself out there even more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And like I said, we're going to be there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but you and Fable Jake are only going to be there Saturday and Sunday. So, you'll be there 2 of the 3 days, which is going to be awesome. So, normally we did a big tournament, which lasted the whole weekend, but with it being 3 days now, instead of 2, we kind of switched it up, and we're just doing like 5, full wrestling shows within the 3 days. So it's going to make it a little less, chaotic, and it's just going to be fun to give you guys more time to, prep and get ready and put on, great performances. And like I said, it's the Arnold, so you never know who's going to be there. Anybody can, be there. It just takes the right person at the right time to see the right stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get cast the next Terminator.
There you go.
Yep. Excuse me. My cat decided she wanted to get up on my computer, so I had to grab her.
Just gonna start clicking buttons.
Yeah.
I'd grab my cat, but I think he's sleeping.
This one can't stand it. I mean, she's like, I need to be in your face.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're doing something.
Of course.
If you ain't doing nothing, they don't want nothing to do with you.
Cats are assholes. All 4 of them. I've got 4 of them in this house, and they're all assholes.
I just got the one, and he's enough for me.
I've got 2 dogs too, and the dogs keep them in check.
No.
There you go. You got your own petting zoo in there.
Yeah, well, not by choice. You can blame my wife for that. So, you know what I'm saying, Donnie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm with you. So who's your I don't want to say your favorite opponent. Who's your toughest opponent? Let's start with that.
Ooh. Jeremiah Plunkett, I'd have to say.
Mm-hmm.
He packs a punch. He's busted my nose a few times, blacked a couple eyes, but
couple taters here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, he is from Tater Peeler, Tennessee, so it makes sense.
Nice. That's awesome. So have you guys worked a lot together, or?
Yeah, all over. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, all over.
Oh yeah, and I say that's kind of how I was back in my day when I wrestled. Is me and Sherman Tank. That was my guy, and that's how we were. We traveled around, and we probably, hurt each other more times than we didn't. But we were, we're best of buds, and we just knew we're going to go out there and we're going to have at it, and we're not going to say sorry until we're back in the back, and
some reason your friends hit you harder. What's that about?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he had a nasty clothesline too. He'd knock the wind out of me damn near every time he hit me with it. But I mean, he was like one of my favorite opponents. We just go out there and literally like beat the shit out of each other and just come back and love it, and ready to do it again, the next weekend. So yeah, so I get it. I get the chemistry there.
Oh yeah.
So who have you found a favorite yet besides him and NWA with all the talent there?
I mean, I've only had a couple matches so far, so I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely a ton of guys that I would like to get in there with.
Yeah. You still eyeing everybody up, huh?
Oh yeah, got to size them up.
So let me ask you this, Alex. I mean, there's a lot of promotions out there that are doing intergender wrestling. Have you done any intergender matches?
Maybe 1 or 2 in the past. Tag matches. No, I've never done a one-on-one intergender match.
Okay. All right. It's just, I mean, I look at some of these indie promotions, and there's an indie promotion here where I live called Future Great Wrestling. That's run by Cody Hawk, and there's quite a bit of intergender wrestling going on there, and I was just curious.
Okay.
How do you feel about intergender wrestling?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I guess if it makes sense, it makes sense, and wrestling doesn't always have to make sense, I guess. So
as long as it tells a story, right?
Yeah, I mean, you put a 5'6" guy in there with a 6'7" guy that's 300 pounds. What's the difference? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
If it's a good match, it's a good match. If it makes sense, it makes sense.
Well, let's see. What did we do at Zucchini Fest, Donnie? We had a 400-pound Jake Shepard versus a 180-pound Eric Smalls.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was a great match.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever revealed my thought about intergender matches, but I'm kind of torn 50-50, to be honest. Okay. I mean, I watch them and I respect what it is. I mean, I get it. And, the girls can go just as hard as the guys, and sometimes even harder and better. But, that's on the business side. But on the fan side, I kind of frown upon it, just for the, the guy hitting the women type thing, and, the way society is nowadays. And just for some reason, I guess I'm just old school when it comes to that. I don't believe in putting your hands on a woman type of thing. And, which I know today's society is different and people think differently, but so I'm kind of torn. I enjoy watching them, just like, watching them girls go in there and, work their asses off, just like the guys and stuff. But it's just kind of from the father, and I don't even know what side I'm on, just seeing a, a guy and a girl, like, the guy just like smacking the shit out of her or something. I'm just like, it's like, I don't know if I dig at or not, so I'm just kind of weird about it, I think.
It's not for everybody. And I was just curious because, I keep seeing it more and more, and like I watched Shauna Reed wrestle Matt Taylor
Right.
not too long ago, and she's wrestled Scotty Amos and
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that, but and I've seen Harley Fairfax go against Ryan Michaels, and it just, I'm on the fence. I like it, but as long as it tells a good story.
All right.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't tell a good story, it's not a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you could say that about any match, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Intergender or not.
That's true.
It doesn't have to be intergender. It's got to tell a good story. I mean, if you can't tell a good story, what's the point?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some phenomenal intergender matches. There ain't no doubt about it. It's just, I don't know. I guess the dad, because I'm a father of 4 daughters. I have no sons and 4 daughters, so I don't know. I just this is weird. It's like, I mean, we had Queen Amy and Eric Smalls do that match for us and stuff, but I haven't. And I'm doing intergender tag matches at the Arnold. And that's probably like about as far as I'll go with it. But never say never, but we'll see.
Yep.
Hey, if it makes dollars, it makes sense, right?
All right, there you go.
Well, I remember that Amy and Smalls match. That was the first match ever announced for you.
Yep.
But it's got its place, but it's not always. And intergender is intergender, and it's all about the story.
Yep, there you go.
But we're getting off topic here.
Right.
I asked a question, and all of a sudden we're going in the left field.
Oh, yeah. That's how we do it around here. We just talk, and wherever it goes, it goes.
Right. So let's kind of steer the conversation towards horror.
All right.
So since this is WrestleHorror, Alex, you said before we came on air that you've watched some of the major franchises. In the franchises you've watched, what is your favorite type of horror movie or franchise?
Big on slashers.
Okay.
Those are probably my favorite. Let me think. Like, I love the Scream movies. I wasn't thrilled with the newest one, but
why is that?
I don't know. I think I built it up too much in my head going in, and just a little let down. But
yeah, didn't have nothing to do with Dewey.
Oh man, spoiler alert!
Right. Well, I didn't say what happened. I ain't gonna give that away.
I haven't seen it yet. Stop.
I didn't say nothing. I just said Dewey.
You probably don't have to say much about Dewey, but I get it. So, but let me watch it first.
I noticed the Pennywise in the back. I did love the new the It movies.
Yeah. That my wife got me that. It's a 6 foot, and it's an animatronic. It moves and talks, and its eyes light up, and she found it at a bargain store for like half price and bought it. So nice. I put him in here. But if I ever find me a 6 foot tall Jason animatronic, I'm moving him out and putting Jason in. No, that's my guy.
When I was in high school, my older brother worked at the movie theater, so he would always come home with posters and like big stand-ups. And nice. At one point, we had like a 9 foot Jackie Moon from Semi Pro spinning a basketball in our garage. It wouldn't fit in the house, but we just have ridiculous Vin Diesel stand-ups that no one wanted, that he would just take for no reason.
Right. Like, yeah, I got it. That's, I don't know why, but I got it.
Donnie, if you ever get the Jason, you need to take Pennywise and put him in Haley's room.
Yeah, I did that when I first got him, and I got yelled at. Terry wasn't too happy with me. She's like, "That's her only safe space in this house. You can get that out of there." She like gave me the business, so I had to take it out.
And how old is Haley now?
She's 8 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had it like right in front of her closet. So when she'd have walked in her bedroom after school, she wouldn't even have seen it until it started making all the noise. And then she would have turned and saw it and probably shit her pants right there. So, but yeah,
Donnie tortures Haley with
I
horror characters.
yeah, that's my
I get it.
granddaughter.
With that Vin Diesel stand-up I was talking about, I would take a ghost face mask I had, I would put it on it, and I would leave it in places in the house and scare my mom, and she hated it. I think she eventually threw it away.
So
Yeah, speaking of scaring Haley, just tonight, but I bombed though. I didn't even get her. She's getting desensitized to it all. But she was in the shower and I had to go in there and take my contacts out. So I went and I got Chucky out of the closet and I like walked into the bathroom and I stuck his like I stuck him through the shower curtain and tried to make his laugh. And it didn't even phase her. Yeah, normally she'd scream and fall down and it didn't even phase her. She's like, "You ain't scaring me." I'm like, "All right." So I just went and threw him back in the closet, like, "You ain't no good anymore."
you need to back off for a little while, let her forget about it.
Oh, that's the first time I brought him out since the birthday party.
Oh, okay. Well, she's okay.
She's getting older. She's getting desensitized to it now.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Donnie would torture her on Christmas and birthdays with this Chucky doll.
Yeah, I'd keep wrapping it up in boxes. She'd open it up and his feet and his hair would flop out when she pulled the lid.
That's the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that gimmick's over now though. So yeah, it didn't even phase her. I was at least trying to get a squeal out of her and nothing.
Find something scarier.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Friday the 13th franchise, Alex?
I mean, it's all right. It's not my favorite. I only saw the first one. I never dug too deep into that one.
Okay. I'm just curious because Donnie marks out bad for Jason.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. Which I'm like Alex. I'm a big slasher guy. I like slasher way more than anything else. So, but yeah, he's my number one.
You can see
I wrestled a guy in a Jason costume in Georgia once, so I don't know if that counts for anything.
All right, yeah, there you go. Give you a little cool points, you know.
He didn't sell much, but
Right.
When or did he kill you?
he definitely killed me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, we were talking about doing stuff like that because we're in the haunt industry too, and we've been approached a couple times about doing a wrestling event with all horror characters, like everybody get dressed up in horror character gimmicks and do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm open to that for sure. I think it'd be fun. It'd be hard for the people in the gimmicks and stuff with the mask and all that shit on. It'd be kind of hard for them to work a good match, but it'd be entertaining.
Yep. Yeah.
It sounds fun.
It's something we can definitely visit in the future, I'm sure. I mean,
Oh yeah.
do a Halloween show and I've seen other talent do cosplay wrestling, so why not horror cosplay wrestling? It's
All right, there you go.
just got to get the right people in there. So any other horror films? Okay, you're a slasher fan, you like Scream. How about Halloween? How do you feel about Halloween?
I do love Halloween.
Okay.
I've yet to see the newest one though, so I need to catch up.
Yes, watch it. It is very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked it.
No spoilers. It is very good.
Okay, that's going on my list.
And
It's
I
already
can't
on my list, but it's going up my list now.
wait to see Halloween Ends.
Mhm.
Halloween Kills was the bomb.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely watch it.
I'll definitely check that out.
Have you ever seen Terrifier yet? That's a good.
No.
I don't know if it's really considered indie at this point, but that's kind of a good indie slasher with Art the Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some good kill scenes in that one.
Yeah. How do you feel about clowns?
I mean, Crazy Steve is a friend of mine, so I don't mind him.
I like Crazy Steve.
He's okay.
He's okay for a clown.
You guys watch The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. That was great.
Yeah.
Bly
Yeah.
Manor, it was okay, but not as good as Hill House, but
Yep.
it
Hill
was
House,
good too.
definitely.
Yeah, Blind Manor kind of lost me about halfway through. Like I just after about halfway through, I just kind of became uninterested.
Yeah, same, but I finished it. But
Yeah.
But the movie Donnie mentioned, Terrifier, without giving away too much, just think Hacksaw.
okay,
Hmm.
And it's the way it's used that is very gruesome.
all right. I'll go
Creative.
in thinking about Jim Duggan.
Right.
Not even close. I love Jim Duggan, but this one's a little different.
Okay.
A lot
Oh.
different.
You in the haunted houses or anything? Do you go to haunted houses during season?
I've been a couple times. I'm not a big fan of crowds,
Right.
and they're usually filled with teenagers, and
Drunks.
they annoy me.
Yeah, same here.
Mhm. Isn't that weird though? Because I'm kind of like I said, I'm an introvert mainly, but and that's the same thing. I hate crowds. I don't like being in crowds. But then we do wrestling shows at fairs and conventions, and we're around people all the time, and it's just like it's kind of weird how that works out.
Yeah.
And we work haunted houses.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and we both work haunted houses, and we're crowd. But that for me, that's cool because I'm kind of, I'm a floater, and I kind of roam around, and I can keep away from everybody and not be in the crowd so much.
It's a really weird way to live my life. I don't like crowds unless I'm in my underwear and
Right.
wearing wrestling boots.
Oiled up in the undies. Then
Some reason that makes me calm. I don't know.
Right. It's like,
That's just it. When you get an adrenaline rush from a pop from the crowd, right?
Yeah.
We get adrenaline rushes from scaring the shit out of people.
mhm. Yep, same thing. Like I said, I've had pops from crowds, and I've had pops from haunts, and it's the same feeling.
Yeah.
So and like I say, we got a two day one coming up for the haunt I work with, and we're doing a Valentine's Day one at Carnage. So, and it's a lights out. So basically, they turn all the lights in the haunt off, and they give them a glow stick, and they have to go through with the glow stick. So you could literally be standing right beside them, and they won't see you until they get right up on you.
You can count me out of that. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, it's good. Like I say, you see a lot of big, muscular, grown men, show their true colors and, and cower, me included. I've even gotten scared doing it, going through. So, but yeah, it's a good time though. Like I said, definitely, it's just like wrestling, acting, improv, live action. If you screw up, you can't reset. It's just the same thing.
What gets me is you watch these guys go through haunts like that. They get scared, and the first thing to do is grab the girlfriend or wife and put them in front of them.
Yep. There you go.
Meat shield.
Yeah. Oh, and some of them ain't even shy about it. They'll just blatantly, yeah, you're going before I am, and they'll just like put it right in front of them.
Classic heel.
Oh yeah.
Classic heel move.
Yeah, MJF times 10, So Donnie, I think it's time to ask Alex the question.
All right, yeah, for sure. I'd say we'll going to give you the question here. It's something we do with every guest we have on, and there's no right or wrong answer, so it's not a quiz. It's just a question. We just like to get inside the minds of our guests and see how twisted they are, and if they're as twisted as we are. So
Okay.
the question is, you are the main serial killer in your own horror film. What is your go-to kill?
My go-to kill.
Mm-hmm. Like, what would your finisher be?
Okay.
So you had to put it in wrestling terms.
Ooh.
And it could be any
Tough.
way, weapon, no weapon, whatever you think of.
Axe handle.
There you go.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. I don't know. Axe Handle Alex sounds kind of cool, I guess.
Axe Handle Alex. There you go. There's your haunt character right there.
There you go. Okay, so axe handle to the head.
Yeah. Or the ribs. I mean, however we got to get there.
Okay, all right, definitely. And once again, we have not had a repeat in, let's see, 80 episodes now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we started around episode 50 and we're at what, 131 now?
It'll be 131.
Yeah. So yeah.
No
Streak.
repeats. I love it.
Streak continues. We've had some creative ones. There's a lot of twisted people out there.
I almost said vacuum cleaner because that's the first thing that's in front of me. But I was like, yeah, I don't know how I'd kill somebody with that.
Shove the hose up their butt, suck their guts out. Say that'd be a good cheesy beef horror film. Shove one up their butt and see the guts going through the clear tube or something.
Well, let's get a Kickstarter going and make that movie.
Right, here you go. Make it happen.
Vacuum cleaner massacre.
It'd be easy to clean up too.
Right.
You've already got
No fuss.
Nice.
So, Alex, tell everybody how they can find out more about you on social media, the NWA, everything about Alex Taylor and your ventures.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AlexT902. Facebook, Alex Taylor. You can catch the NWA on Fight or on YouTube. Fight comes out on Tuesdays. Power comes out on Tuesdays, and it's playing on YouTube on Fridays. And NWA USA on Saturdays on YouTube. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. And hey, when's this come out?
This will be going out a week from Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything to promote after that, but hey, you can catch me at the Arnold. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. He'll be there.
You can catch all of us at the Arnold.
It's gonna be an
Hey, but
exciting
mostly
weekend.
me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they surely won't be coming to see us.
You'll be in the ring to wrestle. I'll just be in the ring to announce. So.
Don't worry, this beard will be gone by then. I've been getting a lot of Charles Manson comments, so I don't.
I can see that. Yeah. I see the resemblance. You should run with that. There you go.
I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the swastika on the forehead. I'd kind of skip that part.
Yeah, we'll cut that part out and the whole murder thing. But
yeah, you can keep the murder gimmick, just not the swastika, I guess. I don't think I'd go over very well.
no.
You do the crazy eyes, and it's like that one picture of him with those eyes. It's like it's creepy. But this has been fun.
Oh yeah.
So Alex, thanks again for coming on Wrestle Horror. Again, this will be airing a week from Monday, which is the 31st. Yes.
Okay.
January
31st.
Yeah.
That's good. I had to cheat and look at the calendar on the computer.
I just had to go back in my head and look at my calendar in my head.
There you go.
So what's up, buddy?
Hey, he's awake.
This is Dusty, named after the American Dream.
There you go.
Right on, the American Dream. Okay, the American Kitty Cat. So cool. Alex, thanks again for being a part of Wrestle Horror. For Donnie Hoover and myself, Meat Hook Jim, we are the Wrestle Horror Podcast, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Thank you guys so much for having me.